Why most traders lose money? Everyone wants to make money from the stock market, but most traders are just playing guess the direction. Indicators, they either don't use them or they blindly follow 20 at once. Result, confusion and losses. Let's fix that. In the next 3 episodes, we will go through the important indicators you must know for trading in the market, and we'll learn practical applications on real charts in broker setup as well in the 3rd episode. In today's episode, we will focus on the first 3 indicators that every trader, whether you are intraday, swing or just curious, must understand. Volume bars, they show interest. High volume is smart money at play. Low volume, just time pass zone. RSI, relative strength index, whether it is above 60 or below 40. VWAP, volume weighted average price. This one thoda underrated hai, but it's the real price institutions look at before hitting buy or sell. रिटेल ट्रेडर्स देखेंगे चार्ट और बोलेंगे सपोर्ट है. स्मार्ट मनी देखेगा वॉल्यूम और वीवैप पे खरीदेगा या बेचेगा. So before you place your next trade based on Twitter tips or Telegram jackpot calls, watch this episode. Let's start making informed trades, not emotional ones. Okay, so we will start by understanding what are technical indicators. Technical indicators are basically calculations based on price, volume, or open interest in the derivative data. And there are very interesting uses of technical indicators. First of all, they help you to understand what is the trend. And as you know that in trading, trend is your friend. You should not be trading against a trend. So it's very important to first identify in what trend that particular share or index is in, uptrend or downtrend, and you have to take a trade in that direction. So indicators will help you in doing that. It also helps you in understanding when the price will reverse. For example, something is an uptrend and it will go through some correction after that. So indicator will tell you, okay, fine, this is now the correction phase. So you should not enter, or you should wait for the price to come back to a buying zone before you enter. And the same case when a stock is basically getting a downward trend, then when can you enter that stock? When it is starting an upward trend, indicators will tell you that as well. Indicators also help you to confirm entry and exit signals into a trade, and then how much momentum is there in the market. That also indicators will tell you. And you need momentum. You don't want to enter a trade and then the price is going nowhere. That doesn't help at all, right? Specifically, if you are sitting in intraday trades or short-term trades, momentum is very, very important. Even in swing trade, right? You don't want to block your money for a long time. So you want to enter when there is a momentum, you ride the momentum and then you exit. Now, sometimes people make comments, right? कि मैंने मार्केट में एंट्री लिया, उसके बाद पता ही नहीं चला कब मार्केट नीचे आ गया, और मैंने शॉर्ट पोजीशन लिया, पता ही नहीं चला कब मार्केट ऊपर आ गया. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है. अगर आपको इंडिकेटर्स पता है और आप इंडिकेटर्स ट्रैक कर रहे हो, मार्केट आपको बोल के जाएगा. मार्केट विल टेल यू when it is going to go upwards and when it is going to go downwards. That helps you to take trades in the right direction. And of course, once we also learn a bit about derivatives, future and option data, that also can add some flavor to your trading. So we are going to talk about 3 different types of indicators, which are trend indicators, momentum indicators, and some of the indicators mix both momentum and trend. Here I have put a screenshot of my trading setup. I am using a few indicators like EMA, Bollinger Band, RSI, and volume bars. You can see already it is looking very cluttered. So it is very important that you know which indicators to use, because if you start using too many, then your screen will become so cluttered that you will not be able to make the right decision. So it's important to understand and learn about several indicators, but then based on your trading style, you will have to select only probably 2 or 3 that you will use long term, and you will gain mastery in only those set of indicators. The first one that we will talk about today is volume bars. What are volume bars? Volume bars basically represent the number of shares or contracts, if you are trading derivatives, which have been traded during a specific time period. अभी टाइम पीरियड कुछ भी हो सकता है. इट कैन बी अ डेली टाइम पीरियड, आवरली टाइम पीरियड, वीकली टाइम पीरियड, मिनट, 5 minute, 3 minute. It can be anything. So just to clarify once again, let's say come here. So the height of these bars, right? The height of these bars basically are indicating how much trading volume has taken place during one particular candle. Okay, so let's say this red candle, it is a very short candle, right? But you can see a huge volume of trading has happened here, and price has gone down based on uh, the trading. That basically means that a lot of players are participating in taking the market downwards, and that is your cue that market in the short term horizon probably has a tendency, can have a tendency to go down. Okay, and always remember that such high volumes are created by institutional traders, because आप और मैं जैसे retail trader cannot create so much of volume. Another important thing that we need to remember when we are learning volume bars is the color of the volume bar. Now, if the color is red, it does not mean that a lot of selling has happened here. Or when the color is green, it does not mean that additional buying has happened here, because you understand that for every trade to go through, there has to be a buyer and there has to be a seller, right? So it is not that more buying has happened or more selling has happened. That is a misconception. What it basically means, the red color means that during this particular trading time, if let's say it's an hourly chart, so in this 1 hour, when so much of trading volume has happened, price has gone down. That is why there is a red color. And the green color means price has gone up when this trading volume has happened. Now, it can also mean something else as well. For example, if after a lot of trading, price has gone down, it basically means active selling has happened compared to active buying. So what has happened? Active selling and passive buying. That is when a red candle is forming. And we have discussed what is active selling, what is active buying in earlier episodes. So you must be knowing about those concepts by now. Uh, so we will only take into essence that uh, higher volume has some implication in the market, which basically means more and more traders are interested in doing a particular thing. And you, as a retail trader, as a small retail trader, just need to align to what the bigger traders, the institutions, are doing. Okay, why volume matters? Volume का क्या क्या significance है? Volume, of course, is the fuel of the market. You need liquidity in the market. We have discussed that in the smart money concept. Um, if there is no liquidity, market cannot move. So it basically shows interest, momentum, and strength that are hidden behind price movements. If you see high volume happening in a particular time frame, that basically means stronger conviction of the market players in a particular direction or in a particular trade. And if the price is moving with low volume, there can be weak or unsure market behavior. अगर प्राइस ब्रेकआउट दे रहा है और तब वॉल्यूम ज्यादा नहीं है, तो आपको थोड़ा सा वहां पे कॉशियस बन जाना है, क्योंकि ज्यादा प्लेयर्स उसमें इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, विच इज एन इंडिकेटेड दैट दैट पर्टिकुलर ब्रेकआउट और दैट पर्टिकुलर प्राइस मूवमेंट might not continue. Volume validates breakouts, breakdowns, reversals, and trends. If, as I said, if a breakout or breakdown or reversal, etc., are happening with high volumes, that is a better indicator that price probably will try to move in that particular direction even in the near future. So just to conclude, volume confirms price or price direction, but price without volume can actually be misleading. So जब भी आपको decision लेना है एक particular direction में, please ensure that you are also checking the volume bar, that how much volume is coming into the market during that particular trading time period. Okay, very quick, a few thumb rules we will look at. Something we already discussed. So if price is going up with increasing volume, that means it's a bullish indication and buyers are confident. प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है, वॉल्यूम भी ऊपर जा रहा है, मतलब हाई कन्विक्शन से बायर्स आर बाइंग, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट साइन, यू कैन एंटर अ बाय साइड ट्रेड. बट अगर प्राइस इज गोइंग अप बट वॉल्यूम उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है और देर इज अ डिक्रीजिंग वॉल्यूम, दैट बेसिकली मे बी a weak rally. Maybe some weak participants have taken the trades and it might not continue. It might reverse. तो आपको volume हमेशा देखना ही देखना है. The same is also true in the opposite direction. So if price is going down with increasing volume, it basically means that sellers are strong and it's a bearish market. You can take short trades in such a market. And the same is also true when price is going down, but the volume is not supporting that. That basically means the sell off is weak and price can come back upwards or bounce back upwards. Okay. So simple thumb rule है, अगर वॉल्यूम सपोर्ट कर रहा है डायरेक्शन को तब आपको कन्विक्शन बिल्डअप करना है. अगर वॉल्यूम इज नॉट सपोर्टिंग द प्राइस डायरेक्शन तो आपको ट्रेड नहीं लेना है. ओके, कुल वॉल्यूम स्पाइक. सो यू विल सी दैट sometimes the volume bars are very high for a certain trading time period, maybe a 5 minute time period or 1 hour or 1 day maybe. So what does it indicate? It indicates that big players, the institutions, are either entering or exiting their positions. It's a very strong sign, right? So you will have to be with the big players. You will have to follow the footsteps of the big players. So if they are entering or exiting, you have to also do the same thing. It can also be the start of a trend. For example, one stock was continuously going down, 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 down. And then you see good volumes coming up when the price is reversing. That basically means now the price has come to a buyer zone or at a fair value where more and more buyers are now interested and then they have started buying in more volume. And this can be the indication that a new trend is starting. And the same is true, right? When a particular trend is continuing and at the end of the trend, a higher volume is there and the price is trying to show a reverse direction, it basically means that um, the original trend has got exhausted and now a reversal can happen. So volume can tell you a lot of things, right? However, you cannot just use volume to trade in the market. You will have to combine volume with candlestick patterns. For example, चार्ट में एक बुलिश कैंडल बना है, लेट्स से अ बुलिश मारुति और a bullish hammer or something like that, and with that there is good amount of volume which is being shown for that particular candle. That basically gives you more conviction to enter and stay on the trade. Okay, now volume can help you to recognize breakouts and fake outs, right? And we discuss those thumb rules. We will continue in the same format. So if there is a breakout with high volume, the breakout is valid. If there is a breakout with low volume, most probably that breakout is not valid and ये reverse हो सकता है, possible fake out. And we will also look at volume divergence, which basically means uh, price is going up, price is making new highs, but volume is dropping, which basically means the trend is not so strong. It's a weak trend. So आपको उधर एंट्री नहीं लेना है ट्रेड्स में, आपको वेट करना है जब तक आपको वॉल्यूम ना दिख जाए. एंड वी ऑल्सो डिस्कस दैट हाउ इट कैन बी अ साइन ऑफ ट्रेंड रिवर्सल और पॉज. एक चार्ट से समझते हैं. इधर आप देखिए प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा था, करेक्ट? Then the price got stagnated in a zone, and this is called a ascending triangle, bullish ascending triangle. And this we have already discussed in our episode on chart patterns. इधर देखिए आप, जब यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट आया, राइट, ये जोन जब क्रॉस करके इधर ब्रेकआउट आया, उस टाइम पे द वॉल्यूम हैज आल्सो इंक्रीज, राइट? द वॉल्यूम इधर देखिए बहुत लो था, लो था, लो था. इधर वॉल्यूम बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया, विच बेसिकली मीन्स दिस इज अ प्रोबेबली अ वैलिड ब्रेकआउट. सो ऐसा अगर आपको सेट मिल जाता है कि देयर इज अ बुलिश चार्ट पैटर्न जहां पे ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है प्लस वॉल्यूम इज इंक्रीजिंग, दिस इज प्रोबेबली अ सेफ ट्रेड. तो आप इधर एंटर हो सकते हो एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स यू विल हैव टू पुट योर स्टॉप लॉस जस्ट बिलो द breakout zone. Okay, how to apply volume in trading? जैसे मैंने बताया कि सिर्फ वॉल्यूम देख के आप ट्रेड नहीं कर सकते. So volume has to be combined with some of the other indicators like RSI or MACD or super trend, and we will learn about these indicators going ahead. Then you will have to look into patterns, chart patterns that we have learned about earlier. Chart pattern जब ब्रेक हो रहा है, ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है या फिर ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है विद वॉल्यूम, दैट इज योर गुड इंडिकेशन फॉर एंटरिंग ट्रेड्स. एंड आपको वॉल्यूम एनालाइज करना है की लेवल्स पे. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ देयर इज अ सपोर्ट जोन, राइट, वी हैव आल्सो टॉक्ड अबाउट सपोर्ट एंड रेजिस्टेंस अर्लियर. सो अगर सपोर्ट जोन पे प्राइस हैज कम बैक and then more volume is happening, that basically tells you that buyers, a lot of buyers are interested, and you can also enter the trade from a support zone. The same is also applicable when price has reached a resistance level. उधर से प्राइस थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा है एंड हाई वॉल्यूम भी बन रहा है उस टाइम पे. दैट बेसिकली मीन्स दैट रेजिस्टेंस इज वर्किंग एंड द प्राइस is probably now going to come down further. And of course, you can use volume in any sort of trading that you want to do, intraday, swing, positional. बट टाइम फ्रेम मैटर करता है. अगर आप इंट्राडे कर रहे हो तो 5 मिनट पे वॉल्यूम देखो एंड 1 आवर पे वॉल्यूम देखो. इफ यू आर डूइंग स्विंग ट्रेड, then you should look at volume at a weekly level, daily level, hourly level. Positional trades, you can look at volume at monthly level, weekly level, and take trades on daily level. Okay. So based on what trading you are doing, your time frames will vary, and your understanding uh, and your uh, you know decision on implications of those volumes will also vary. And always remember that a higher time frame is always stronger. And we already talked about this. Don't trade solely based on volume. Use it for confirmation. Cool. Now we will go into the next indicator, and one of my favorite ones. I always use this one as part of my trading setup, which is known as RSI, the Relative Strength Index. It's a momentum indicator, which basically tells you how much momentum is there in the market, which basically means with what interest level buyers or sellers are participating in the market. So, as I started by saying that if you are a trader, and specifically a short-term trader like a swing trader or an intraday trader, momentum is your friend. You need to enter when momentum is there. You need to exit when momentum is fizzling out. So RSI will help you to understand how much momentum is there. Okay. So RSI looks something like this. I will explain what RSI is and how it is, following the price movement as well, and what are the zones that are important for RSI. So RSI values can vary from 0 to 100, right? From 0 to 100. However, we will mark certain zones on the RSI chart uh, to clearly help us decide that if RSI is above a particular value, it's high momentum. If RSI it's high momentum for increasing price, and if RSI is below a certain value, then it is high momentum for decreasing price. And if RSI is stuck between a zone, then it basically says that momentum is not there, price can stagnate in a particular zone for a long period of time. Okay, so उधर आ जाते हैं quickly. Above 60, अभी above 60 price move कर रहा है, price has crossed 60, which basically means that there is positive momentum in the price. तो आपको उधर बाय करना है. कब तक बाय करना है? जब तक ये ओवरबॉट जोन पे नहीं चला जाता. ओवरबॉट जोन कब होगा? लेट्स से RSI has crossed 80 or 90 even, then it becomes an overbought zone, which basically means people can now start exiting their trades, which will bring the price down. So once again repeating, once price crosses above 60, it's your indication for entering the trade, because now price is into momentum. बट आपको कब तक रहना है? जब तक प्राइस ओवरबॉट जोन में नहीं चला जाता है, 80, 85, 90 के ऊपर RSI चला जाता है, उसके बाद आपको धीरे धीरे कंसिडर करना है कि ट्रेड से आप एग्जिट हो जाए. And we will also learn about RSI divergence going ahead, which is also a very good indicator for deciding whether to stay in the trade or whether to, exit the trade. The same concept applies below 40, right? So if you RSI is moving below 40, then it's a strong indication that price will go down with high momentum जब तक ये ओवरसोल्ड जोन पे ना नहीं चला है. ओवरसोल्ड जोन मतलब लेस देन लेट्स से 20 और लेस देन लेट्स से 15. अगर उतना तक आरएसआई चला जाता है मतलब ओवरसोल्ड हो चुका है, देयर इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी that people who are sitting in short trades will now start exiting, or the price has reached a particular price level where buyers can now become more interested, and then price can reverse from that zone. और अगर प्राइस 40 और 60 के बीच में घूम रहा है, that basically means it's a sideways or indecisive zone, range bound, and this is a range bound market. So इधर आपको trades नहीं लेना है. Of course, if you are an option seller, that we will discuss towards the end of our course. Option seller, of course, is interested in a side bound market because they can sell options and gain theta decay from the option selling. Okay. अभी why 60-40 and not 70-30? Because traditionally आपका जो ब्रोकर सेटअप है उधर आपको 70-30 मिलेगा, जो आपको 60-40 में चेंज कर लेना है वो भी मैं बाद में दिखा दूंगा द लास्ट एपिसोड ऑन इंडिकेटर्स पे. Because 60-40 is more responsive to real market behavior, especially in the modern fast moving or trending environments, because a lot of algorithms are also participating in the market. So price बहुत ज़्यादा fluctuate होता है आज की डेट पे. So if you work with a 70-30 sort of a zone, then you will be responding to the market movements much slower compared to a 60-40 sort of a zone. Okay, so हम लोग 60-40 पे ही फोकस करेंगे. अभी आरएसआई इधर देखिए कैसा होता है, चार्ट पे कैसा दिखता है. फॉर एग्जांपल प्राइस इज कमिंग डाउन, RSI also is coming down, right? So it is showing that there is strong momentum when price is coming down. अभी जब प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है, you will find that let's say here जब प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है आप देखोगे कि RSI भी ऊपर जा रहा है. अभी RSI of course is a lag indicator, but looking into how RSI is behaving compared to price, you can take certain decisions, and we will come there how to look at those decisions. Okay. For example, इधर भी एक छोटा पॉइंट मेंशन कर देता हूँ. से प्राइस इधर से नीचे आ रहा था, इधर आपको एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बुलिश कैंडल दिखा. इधर देखो आप RSI ओवरसोल्ड जोन पे जा चुका था. आई थिंक दिस शुड बी वेरी क्लोज टू 20. तो दिस बेसिकली मीन्स दैट प्राइस कैन नाउ रिवर्स. तो आपको दो सिग्नल यहाँ पे मिल गया. एक हाई वॉल्यूम आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, करेक्ट, ये हाई वॉल्यूम दिख रहा है. यहाँ पे एक बुलिश कैंडल दिख गया और RSI ओवरसोल्ड जोन से रिवर्स हो रहा है. दिस थ्री पुट टुगेदर कैन गिव यू अ स्ट्रॉन्ग अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट आगे अभी प्राइस रिवर्स हो सकता है, एंड दिस कैन बी योर एंट्री पॉइंट हियर. Okay. So once again, what we talked about, a few thumb rules. If it is crossing above 40, which basically means that price अभी वापस मिड जोन पे आ रहा है, 40-60 रेंज पे आ रहा है, which basically means there probably is a reversal in trend and आगे बुलिश मोमेंटम आ सकता है. बट आप 40 के ऊपर ही ट्रेड नहीं ले लोगे, आप प्रोबेबली 50 के लिए वेट करोगे. आफ्टर above 50 यू कैन एंटर और above 60 यू कैन एंटर. क्रॉसेस बिलो 60, लाइक प्राइस 60 के ऊपर, सॉरी RSI 60 के ऊपर था, उधर से क्रॉस करके 60 के नीचे आ रहा है, विच बेसिकली मीन्स दैट the momentum is getting fizzled out, so you must exit your buy trade, or you can start considering a short trade in the reverse direction. अगर RSI 60 के ऊपर consistently है, it basically means it's a strong bullish trend. If RSI is consistently below 40, it's a strong bearish pressure. So once again, just to clarify, if there is any confusion, RSI हम लोग ऐसे करेंगे. ये आपका 40 जोन हो गया और ये आपका 60 जोन हो गया। अगर प्राइस इसके बीच में है तो ये मोमेंटम नहीं है। प्राइस ऐसा करके, सॉरी, आरएसआई ऐसा करके इसको ब्रेकआउट दिया, मीन्स नाउ द स्टॉक प्राइस और वट एवर यू आर ट्रेडिंग इज नाउ गेटिंग इनटू मोमेंटम। तो आपको इस लेवल पे एंटर हो जाना है। अभी आरएसआई ऐसा ऐसा 60 के ऊपर रहा, so the bullish momentum is continuing. Now again RSI drips below 60, means the momentum in the upward direction is fizzling out. You must consider exiting the trade. If it's a RSI इधर इधर, this is a stagnation zone, फिर RSI इसके नीचे आ गया 40 के नीचे, which basically means now there will be high momentum in the downward direction. तो आपको इधर शॉर्ट ट्रेड्स आप ले सकते हो। फिर से आरएसआई ओवर सोल्ड जोन पे गया, इधर थोड़ा सा टाइम बिताया, फिर ऊपर आ गया, राइट। सो आरएसआई हमेशा ऐसा करता रहेगा। आपको आरएसआई फॉलो करना है, एंड बेस्ड ऑन वेयर इट, इन विच जोन इट इज, यू कैन टेक योर ट्रेडिंग डिसीजंस। RSI positive and negative divergence. This is a very important signal to understand for entering and exiting your trades, right? Let's understand negative divergence first, which is a bearish signal, which basically means प्राइस और आरएसआई दो अलग डायरेक्शन पे जा रहा है, करेक्ट। प्राइस और आरएसआई दो अलग डायरेक्शन पे जा रहा है, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड अ नेगेटिव डाइवर्जेंस in case it is happening when price is going up and RSI is going down. Okay, let's understand from this chart. So इधर आप देखो, ये stock price है. This stock price has made higher highs. So when you join the higher highs, you can see a upward slope on the price. When it comes to RSI, however, RSI is not making higher highs. RSI is making लोअर हाई। सो आरएसआई और प्राइस दो अलग डायरेक्शन पे जा रहा है। प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है, आरएसआई नीचे जा रहा है। दिस इज अ कॉशनरी सिग्नल दैट मोमेंटम इज फिजलिंग आउट। सो इवन इफ द प्राइस इज गोइंग अप, देयर इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट प्राइस माइट कम डाउन। सो ये आपका एग्जिट सिग्नल हो जाता है। यहाँ पे आपको एग्जिट कर लेना चाहिए इफ अगर आप बाई ट्रेड में हो। एंड सेल ट्रेड में अगर आपको एंटर करना है, यू विल ऑफ कोर्स हैव टू वेट फॉर सम अदर इंडिकेटर्स एज वेल, बट दिस इज, if something like this is happening on your chart, it can alert you that there is going to be a reversal. What is positive divergence? The same, the opposite, exactly the opposite scenario, which is a bullish signal. तो एक बार थोड़ा देख लेते हैं इसको। लेट्स से प्राइस ऐसा ऐसा करके, सॉरी, प्राइस नीचे आना पड़ेगा। प्राइस ऐसा ऐसा करके नीचे आ रहा है, ठीक है। बट आरएसआई ऐसा ऐसा करके ऊपर जा रहा है। तो ये प्राइस का जो लोज है ये नीचे आ रहा है, बट आरएसआई का जो लोज है ऊपर जा रहा है। इफ दिस हैपेंस, दैट बेसिकली मीन्स that even if price is coming down, there is now strength in buying, which is probably kicking in, and this basically can alert you that from here price can stagnate a bit and then start an up movement. This is a reversal signal. तो ये इस जोन पे अगर ऐसा आपको दिख जाए तो इधर आप बाइंग ट्रेड्स प्लान कर सकते हो, या फिर अगर शॉर्ट ट्रेड्स में थे तो यू कैन कंसिडर exiting those trends. Okay, so what are the settings that we will in RSIs? बहुत simple सा, we will continue to use 14 period 14 setting, which is already by default in the broker system. However, broker system maximally 70-30 range पे ऑपरेट होता है, तो उधर हम मैनुअली सेटिंग्स चेंज करके 40-60 रेंज पे लेके आएंगे, एंड we will showcase that. We will show it to you. We will go to a real chart in the third episode on indicators, and we will show you that how it can be done. Okay, and always remember, chart patterns, your candlestick, your indicators always work better on higher time frames. Shorter time frames are more noise. So अगर आप RSI भी थोड़ा हाई टाइम फ्रेम पे, आवरली चार्ट या फिर डेली चार्ट पे आप देख रहे हो, so those signals are more meaningful compared to if you're looking at RSI on a 1 minute chart or 5 minute chart. Okay. What are the trading applications of RSI? RSI you cannot just use alone. It is not that RSI 60 क्रॉस हो गया तो आप बाई कर दिया, RSI 40 के नीचे आ गया आप सेल कर दिया, ऐसा नहीं है. RSI को आपको बाकी इंडिकेटर्स के साथ यूज करना है. So you will have to use RSI with moving averages or VWAP or whatever you are using for trend confirmation. So RSI is a momentum indicator. So you will need one trend indicator and RSI can be your momentum indicator. When you club them, that becomes a perfect setup. So we will learn about some of the trend indicator as well going ahead. Last में हम लोग setup भी देखेंगे कि trend indicator and momentum indicator कैसे combine करके trading decision आप ले सकते हो. Okay, best used in conjunction with price action. मतलब इसका मतलब ये होता है कि indicators use कर रहे हो मतलब ये नहीं होता कि आप price action को ignore कर दोगे. So आपको price action is your first thing that you should look on a chart. How price is behaving and whether it is at a support zone, resistance zone, उसके ऊपर आपको indicator लगा देना है and then indicator will confirm your view for entering a particular trade. Don't blindly trade RSI overbought oversold signals. ये आपका अकाउंट खत्म कर देगा. ठीक है. And lot of traders make this mistake. Lot of traders make this mistake. That let's say RSI 70 के ऊपर चला गया है और 80 के ऊपर चला गया है. आपको लगा कि ओवरबॉट जोन पे है और आपने शॉर्ट कर दिया या फिर उल्टा RSI 30 के नीचे है और 20 के नीचे है एंड आपको लगा कि यहाँ से रिवर्सल हो जाएगा तो आपने बाई कर लिया. कब तक RSI ओवरबॉट और ओवरसोल्ड जोन पे रहेगा ये किसी को नहीं पता है. आपको तुरंत शॉर्ट या फिर बाई नहीं कर लेना है. ऐसा आप करोगे तो in lot of trades you are going to make a lot of losses. So don't do that. Only based on RSI you cannot take a trade. You will have to combine, as I'm saying again and again and again. You will have to combine 2 or 3 indicators to confirm your view. So जब तक ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर, RSI इज जस्ट अ मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर, जब तक ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर आपको ये ना बताए कि ट्रेंड चेंज हो रहा है, फॉर एग्जांपल मूविंग एवरेजेस का क्रॉसओवर हो गया, राइट, डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन, तब RSI ओवरबॉट जोन पे है, तब ये इट्स अ गुड डिसीजन. बट ओनली बाय लुकिंग एट RSI यू शुड नॉट जंप इनटू अ ट्रेड. ओके. Okay, the last indicator for today, and we will talk about VWAP. What is VWAP? Volume weighted average price. What does it mean? And you can see on the chart, it looks like a line like this. And the price you see, the price prefers to stay together with the VWAP. And that is the most important use of it. That price will always try to come near the VWAP line. So अगर price VWAP से बहुत ज्यादा दूर चला गया है, that is your indicator for selling. अगर price VWAP के पास है and it is crossing VWAP in any direction, that is your indicator for entering a trade. Okay. Anyways, don't get confused. I will explain everything, while in the next few slides. So फिर से आ जाते हैं कि what is volume weighted average price? So let's say 100 shares uh, have been traded at a price of 10 rupees, for example. Another 100 shares have been traded at a price of 12 rupees, and so on and so forth. So इसका volume weighted average price क्या होगा? 100 multiplied by 10 plus 100 multiplied by 12 divided by 200. Correct? This is how the volume weighted average price is calculated, which basically tells you if you take a weighted average of all the trading volumes which have taken place in the market in a particular time frame, what is the average line? Correct? And price हमेशा इस average line के पास रहता है, इसको follow करता है. Okay, correct. So this is the formula which I also demonstrated through the example. And इसका usage majorly intraday पे होता है. So it's a dynamic intraday benchmark. for traders and institutions, and it resets daily. So आप इसको swing trading में यूज नहीं कर पाओगे. So इस इंट्राडे पे ही यूज करना है. और कैसे करना है हम लोग सीखेंगे आगे. ठीक है. So basically institutions use it to buy and sell large quantities without disturbing the price, right? So अगर weighted average price से price has gone very far away, that basically means it's a non-sustainable sort of a setup and price has to come back towards the VMAP. तो अगर दूर चला गया है institutions will start selling. दूर चला गया मतलब पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में दूर चला गया है तो इट विल स्टार्ट सेलिंग. अगर नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन में दूर चला गया है तो देयर विल बी बाइंग और शॉर्ट ट्रेडर्स विल एग्जिट द ट्रेड. Very important, this point, which is a VWAP is combining both price and volume. So हमने एक volume bar सीखा, that is only the volume of trade. We have also looked at positive price action in our earlier episodes. Now VWAP is combining both price and volume into one indicator. That is why it becomes very, very powerful. Okay. अभी फिर से आ जाते हैं. अभी समझते हैं कि इसका मतलब क्या होता है, यूज इन ट्रेडिंग कैसे होता है. ठीक है. इफ प्राइस इज अबव VWAP, इट्स अ बुलिश बायस, राइट. प्राइस अगर VWAP के ऊपर चला गया है मतलब बायर्स आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड. एंड इफ प्राइस इज मूविंग बिलो VWAP, इट्स अ बियरिश बायस, मतलब सेलर्स आर प्रोबेबली मोर इंटरेस्टेड. आपको एंट्री और एग्जिट कब लेना है? जब प्राइस VWAP के बहुत पास है. फॉर एग्जांपल आपको अप ट्रेंड में आपको बाई करना है, राइट. सो प्राइस इधर से लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम दिस एग्जांपल, प्राइस इधर से VWAP को क्रॉस करके ऊपर चला गया, विच बेसिकली मीन्स नाउ प्राइस इज टर्निंग बुलिश. अभी VWAP से बहुत ज्यादा दूर चला गया तो आपको इधर आपको पता ही होगा कि प्राइस इधर से रिवर्स होगा ही होगा, बिकॉज प्राइस विल ट्राई टू कम टूवर्ड्स द VWAP. तो इधर आपको फ्रेश एंट्री नहीं बनाना है. प्राइस स्ट्रॉन्ग मोमेंटम में है फिर भी आपको फ्रेश एंट्री नहीं बनाना है, क्योंकि प्राइस VWAP के बहुत दूर चला गया. आपको फ्रेश एंट्री कब बनाना है? जब प्राइस वापस VWAP को आए, इधर से सपोर्ट लिया, VWAP को क्रॉस करके नीचे नहीं आया, इधर से इट इज टेकिंग सपोर्ट. दिस इज टेलिंग यू दैट द बुलिश बायस इज स्टिल देयर. प्राइस हैज कम नियर टू VWAP, it is taking support. That becomes your entry for taking a long trade. Okay. The same is true for short trades as well. For example, इधर क्या हो रहा है देखिए आप, ये क्रॉस करके नीचे आ गया, राइट. बट इधर आपको शॉर्ट ट्रेड्स ऑन नहीं लेना है बिकॉज प्राइस इज वेरी फार अवे फ्रॉम द VWAP. सो यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट दैट प्राइस विल पुल बैक हुआ इधर. एंड देन अगर आपको शॉर्ट ट्रेड लेना है तो इधर आपको इस जगह से आप शॉर्ट ट्रेड ले सकते हो, बिकॉज प्राइस हैज गॉन बैक, टच्ड द VWAP एंड अगेन कमिंग डाउन. दिस इज योर एंट्री फॉर अ शॉर्ट ट्रेड. या फिर अगर प्राइस बहुत दूर आ गया है, इधर से आप यहाँ पे बाई ट्रेड भी ले सकते थे, बट यू शुड एग्जिट एज सुन एज द प्राइस गोज एंड टचेस VWAP. सो वेरी वेरी नाइस, राइट, वेरी नाइस. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड लाइक दिस. आपका अगर VWAP ऐसे जा रहा है, तो प्राइस जब भी लेट से अपवर्ड आपको लेना है, सो प्राइस ऐसा क्रॉस करके ऊपर गया, इधर आप एंट्री ले सकते थे. अगर आपका एंट्री मिस हो चुका है, आप वेट करो, प्राइस वापस VWAP की तरफ आएगा. इधर जैसे ही VWAP को टच किया, इधर सपोर्ट लिया, देन इट इज गोइंग अप, यू कैन एंटर अगेन. द सेम थिंग इज ट्रू फॉर शॉर्ट ट्रेड्स. जब प्राइस ऐसा क्रॉस करके नीचे आया VWAP के नीचे, तो इधर आपको एंट्री शॉर्ट ट्रेड में आप ले सकते हो. अगर मिस हो गया, सो वेट फॉर प्राइस टू, of course price will not behave like this when it is a short, when it is coming down. So VWAP will look like this. So let's say price crossed below VWAP. इधर आप एंट्री ले सकते थे शॉर्ट ट्रेड में. इतना दूर पे आपको नहीं लेना है बिकॉज प्राइस हैज नाउ गॉन वेरी फार अवे फ्रॉम द VWAP. You will have to wait till price go here, takes resistance from the VWAP, and again come down. So this can become your second entry point. Okay, so this is how VWAP is going to help you. Okay, this we already discussed right now, which is when can you buy? When price is already in uptrend, but price pulls back towards VWAP. In this particular case, I already showed. It's in uptrend, प्राइस वेंट अप, पुल्ड बैक टुवर्ड्स वीमैप, इधर आपको एंट्री लेना है, उसके बाद बूम. और सेल और शॉर्ट शॉर्ट ट्रेड्स आपको कब लेना है? जब प्राइस गोज बिलो वीमैप, गोज अप, इधर आपको रेजिस्टेंस लिया एंड प्राइस इज अगेन कमिंग डाउन, देन आपको शॉर्ट ट्रेड आप ले सकते हो. करेक्ट. But if you're combining VWAP with volume spikes and RSI for confirmation, then it becomes a very, very strong indicator of your trends. Cool. What are the time frames on which you can use VWAP? 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, 15-minute charts as well. Of course, as you understand, this is mainly used for intraday trading. So daily, weekly time frame, you cannot use all of those things. So intraday scalpers and day traders benefit most from VWAP. However, if you are a swing trader uh, and you do not really participate or don't have time to do intraday trading, then VWAP is not of a lot of use to you. Okay. Limitations, we talked about this. Intraday trades, not useful for swing trading, can give false signals in sideway market. Sideway market में क्या होगा कि VWAP ऐसा जा रहा है और प्राइस ऐसा 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 कर रहा है VWAP के ऊपर. सो आप false entry ले सकते हो. Correct. So that is why VWAP has to be used along with momentum indicators, with trend indicators, etc. And then it makes more sense. And institutions can also use VWAP. They can also try to mislead retail traders by doing liquidity hunting, right? Above VWAP or below VWAP. And we have learned about liquidity hunting in our Indian episode. तो ये भी हमको अवॉइड करना है.